Hey everybody, so as I said in my last video, I'm gonna start posting content that sort of relates to like what I have going on in my life, both personally and professionally. So as I alluded, I didn't really allude, I just came out and said flat out that I'm a heroin addict and a meth addict and a coke addict and an alcoholic and the whole thing. And over the last few years, like I've been making a very true and honest, genuine, like I've taken great strides to like make sure that I was getting clean and sober. Like I really started wanting to change my life and get sober a few years back. My brother passed away from a fentanyl overdose, and like not too long after that I just reached my breaking point. It was really rough, and we will get into that at some point, but not right now. The point is, like, when I started trying to get sober, I've done everything. I've done correctional institutes, I've done hospitals, I've done detox clinics, I've done rehab, I've done AA, NA, the whole thing, and none of them really, I'm not gonna say they didn't work, because they did serve a purpose. They were paving a way for me to like, and I was picking things up here and there, but like, and a lot of the things that I've learned in all those environments was like, I've used and applied to my life now. But it was always sort of the same thing where like, I would get sober for maybe 3 or 6 months, and then I would, I'd be sitting in a meeting hearing like somebody talk about how their best day high still wasn't as good as their worst day sober, and I'd think like, Jesus, well then you weren't doing it right. Or I'd listen to people going, yeah, I don't have to live like that anymore, and I have such a mischievous nature that like I always feel the need to play devil's advocate. So I'd be like, well, these things that you're describing that sound terrible to you sound like a lot of fun to me. And I would just manipulate myself and calm myself and go like, I can handle this. I've got some sober time. Like, I can go use tomorrow and then like be fine the next day after. And of course it didn't work. But like, point is, every environment I was in, while they did have like really great principles and ways of teaching that are helpful, it just didn't sit with me long enough. Like I couldn't get a hold of long-term sobriety, like no matter how hard I tried. So like I now like am going on a year clean, and that's the longest bit of sobriety I've ever had in my life. I'm almost there. I'm almost to a year, and yeah, like nothing, not one single drink, not a single drug. And how I think I've managed to do that is I feel a sense of purpose and a sense of like achievement, and I've used something I'm very passionate about and something I really, just something I really love, music, to keep me motivated and focused, but also cathartically and therapeutically. I've written about my feelings, and I've structured songs like based on how I was feeling at a particular time, and I've just kept myself really busy with goals. And then I've applied some of the principles I've learned like in rehab and like at AA and NA, and even the places like jail. Like being locked up has taught me like now like I have a really great life. I don't have to do wild and crazy ridiculous things to get drugs, and I have as many meals a day as I like, not just 3 or 4 meals, and I have a nice place and a family, and I have a nice vehicle, and my career is slowly but surely picking up momentum and building, and so like it's interesting, because if I feel like if I go back to AA on a regular basis and I get away from like music and what that is doing for me, I feel like I'd slip, because like, I don't know, just like hearing people discuss like you know, their sober lives over and over, and you know, kind of dip their feet into like their drug life. It's just it causes friction and temptation in my head. So like, yeah, like I just want to encourage everybody to find your purpose, find your reason for being, find what makes you happy. And I'm not saying that what I'm doing is like the cure, or like that I'm fixed by any means. I still struggle, I still have cravings, I still like think about, you know, my old life, but I feel more secure now than I ever have in my entire life, as far as like being straight is concerned, like being, you know, keeping on the straight and narrow. And yeah, I attribute that to having a sense of purpose and really getting back into the thing that makes me tick, the thing that I love to do. And I get up every day and I say a gratitude prayer, and before I go to sleep at night, I say a gratitude prayer. And throughout the day, I'm constantly thinking about like what I have and what I would like to have, and how I can get to a place where I have those things. And you know, I try to be kind to people. I always try to practice honesty and integrity, which is completely new in my experience, you know. But yeah, like having something to live for and do has really, really helped me so much. And for some people, like AA is their thing. It is it's their purpose, their sense of, you know, it gives them, because you are of service in that environment. Like you're helping other people, you're helping the next alcoholic who comes in get sober, and you're working through the steps with them. But like for me, my higher power, as I understand my higher power, and my, you know, like my passion is sort of interconnected, and like it's what drives me to be the best that I can every day. So I hope that if anybody is struggling, you know, they'll reach out, and I'm always happy to talk to anybody about anything they have going on with them. And if somebody just wants to collaborate on music, you know, hit me up.